So one day my buddy Skulk had the great idea of making red light green light but with more colors. So that's what we did. I'm sure that a lot of you know Squid Game is a hit Netflix show gaining nearly $900 million in its success. But out of the 6 mini-games in season 1, the one that stood out to a lot of people was red light green light. The basic premise of this game is to stay still while the red light is active and run as fast as possible while the green light is active. However, the game's concept leaves huge potential for something massive. Almost as massive as your mother. And that something is, drumroll please, more colors. The basic premise of this minigame is to get to the other side of the map as fast as possible. Every few seconds, text is shown on the screen which tells you what the next color is. So here are the colors. Red light. This one works exactly like how it does in Squid Game. If you move, you die. Green light. This one also works exactly like how it does in Squid Game, which means you can walk freely while this light is active. Blue light. This one completely removes your vision and offsets your rotation by a random amount so that you have no clue where you're going. Cyan light. This one simply explodes one random player. Orange light. This one enables PvP, which lets players attack each other. Pink light. This one deals wither damage when you move. Purple light. This one reduces your health to 5 hearts. And finally, the yellow light. When this one is active, you can walk, but you cannot sprint. I requested the user on Discord named Catacoustics yet again to make a map for this minigame. And this is what they came up with. I took the basic form of the map and tweaked it to my desire, changing the color palette to use grey concrete and blue glass with a bit of yellow glass mixed in to replicate that nighttime feel. I even hid in an Among Us shaped window in there as well. I made a platform of crimson planks below the giant robot, which is supposed to be a replacement for the giant doll you see in Squid Game. I also heavily changed up the road and the surrounding area. I added plants, benches, trees, light posts, trash cans, and this thing, which is supposed to be a fire hydrant, but it just doesn't look good. I also added these lamp-like things that float about the city. Also, I added a platform at the start of the map so that players have a place to stand on before the game starts. Like my previous minigames, the first thing I did here was implement the basic functions of the minigame, such as starting the game, dying, leaving the game, and completing the game. After that, I made a timer that counts down to 0. When it reaches 0, it picks 1 out of 8 random colors and puts the value in a scoreboard. Then, the color corresponding to each value in the scoreboard is shown to the player. If the scoreboard value is 1, it is green. If it's 2, then it's red. If it's 3, then it's yellow. If it's 4, then it's orange. If it's 5, then it's cyan. If it's 6, then it's blue. If it's 7, then it's purple. And if it is 8, then it's pink. Then the timer resets to its initial value, which is 5 seconds. And until it reaches 0 again, the game runs a specific function based on the color it chose. If the color is red, it uses a predicate to check if the player is moving, and if they are moving, it kills that player. For the yellow color, the game just gives a heavy slowness effect to the player. The game initially gives every player weakness to disable PvP, so for the orange color, all I had to do was remove that weakness effect. Cyan, blue and purple were a bit trickier though. For cyan, the game needs to run a specific function when the timer hits 0. This function randomly chooses a player who hasn't completed the game and summons an explosion on them. For blue, I gave the player blindness. Then I used another scoreboard to randomly offset the direction of the x-axis the player is facing. For purple, I set another timer, this one being larger than the 5-second one. While this timer is active, I used attributes to set the player's health to half. And pink was actually quite simple. I just copied the code from the red color and made it so that the player receives a wither effect instead of dying. Afterwards, I had to make sure that these effects did not conflict with the basic functions of the minigame, such as dying or disconnecting. I also thought that it would be a good idea to add game tips that show up when a color has been selected for the first time, so that players have an idea of what that color does. And that's the end of the video. If you like this video, please subscribe. This video is the third episode of a series I'm calling Vault of Minigames. So if you haven't seen the other episodes yet, check them out as well. Anyways, explode. Giant.